Alright, hello everybody, and on today's elevator part video, we're going to be taking a detailed look at this very interesting panel. So this is a piece that is going to the Elevator Museum, and this piece was made possible by Andrew's patron supporters, so huge thank you to the patron supporters for making this panel possible. Now I'm still unsure what brand these are. These are very interesting buttons. I don't think I've ever seen these in the field before, and I'm not very familiar with them. So if anyone knows who made these buttons, tell me down below in the comments. So if we take a closer look at the panel, we can see we've got some older light switches up here, along with the button in the middle. Got a key switch right here, and then the 3 floor buttons. So here's the light switch. You can see here it says Lite, which is kind of neat. It's an old GE switch. And when I turn it, there's the logo, but you can also hear it click. Here's the alarm button. It says bell on the side, and you can press it. And these buttons, they press kind of interestingly. They press a lot different than you would expect, and it's kind of hard to explain how they press. Here's the stop switch, and this one's different. It has this little F on the top, and this one definitely feels a lot different than the light switch. Next we have the key switch. There's the logo. It's a Corbin key. It's quite interesting. There's A and B, so 2 positions. And here's the key. It says Corbin on it. And if we place our key down in here, we can turn it so to the A position and to the B position. So I'm not really sure exactly what this was used for. Could be some sort of floor lockout. Kind of interesting that it's on here. And it appears to be original to the panel as well. And down here we have the floor buttons, and we can see here it's 3 floors, unless this was like maybe some sort of like secret floor. This was like a 3rd floor and this was a 4th floor. We'd never know, but we have 3 floor buttons, B, 1, and 2. And the overall condition of this panel is very, very good. You can see the actual plate is in very good condition. It's hard to tell, but there's a bit of smoothness right here. That's where people have reached in to press the button, so it's a little smooth, a little worn there, but definitely nothing significant. As for the box, it's just a box, so you know it's not going to be in perfect shape. Let me turn it over and see what the bottom looks like. It's all kind of scratched up. But now let's get to the part you've probably been waiting for. Let's take a look at this from the inside. Getting inside is fairly simple. There's 4 screws, and once the 4 screws are removed, the plate comes right off. And taking a look at the plate, there's not really a whole lot to see here. There you can see how the little labels are glued on. And here we have the panel without the plate on it. And it's quite interesting. So here we have our 3 buttons, the key, the 2 switches, and the alarm button. So we'll start this teardown with the light switches on the top. So we have this light switch removed here. So obviously we have our switch bit here, which slides back and forth. There's a spring underneath it, and when you turn it, you'll notice there's this little bar that slides back and forth. So when it's in the on position, the contacts are closed, and when it's in the off position, the contacts are open. And here we have the other switch. This is for your stop. It's a lot different than this one, but I'm going to assume it follows the same principle as this one. Next we have the buttons. Now all of the buttons on this are the same, so we're just going to be taking a look at the bell button, and it's pretty straightforward how it works. We've got our metal plate here, our actual button, little rod beneath it, and it simply presses this little metal piece together, which completes the circuit. So you would connect your wires to the bottom here, and you press down, the circuit is made. So it's very straightforward and very simple. There's not a whole lot to this. And the final part is the key switch. And this thing is pretty interesting. Now, most of the time when you see a key switch like this, it's not original to the panel, but I'm very certain that this is original to the panel. Just seeing how this is built and seeing how this hole has been cut in here. So I'm pretty sure this is original. And this is a fairly interesting design here. So we've got our key bit here at the top, and that turns this little piece down here, which then pushes these metal bars up against these pieces here. Place the key in. When we turn it to the A direction, you see it turns this one side and completes the circuit. And similarly, when I turn it to B, it pushes those together. And here on the bottom is where you would connect the wires. We'll go ahead and lay that back in here like this. Like I said before, these buttons are essentially the same thing as this. so we're not gonna pull those out. So we're going to go ahead and put this thing all back together. And that is pretty much all there is to see with this panel. There's nothing to wire up, nothing to light up. I mean, theoretically, you could wire the buttons to do something, maybe the key switch, but for the sake of this video, that's going to be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a little detailed look, a little breakdown of this panel. But again, thank you guys for watching. Hope you learned something from it, and we'll see you guys next time.